There are people who do not shout, but are always heard. They do not beg for attention, but still eyes turn. They speak and others fall silent. Not because they demand it, but because something in their presence commands it. This isn't luck, it isn't magic, and it isn't manipulation. It's charisma. And behind that aura lies something ancient, primal, and profoundly human: body language. Charisma begins where language ends. It is the science of persuasion, not with logic or data, but with posture, eye contact, tone, and silence. It is communication at the level of instinct. Let's explore this invisible force that shapes human connection, leadership, and power. From boardrooms to revolutions, from first impressions to lifelong influence. Charisma isn't what you say, it's what you radiate. Our world is obsessed with verbal expression. TED Talks, interviews, debates, social media statements. We tend to believe that influence is built from vocabulary, wit, and eloquence. But long before humans had words, we had bodies. And we used those bodies to convey dominance, trust, fear, desire, threat, safety. Those ancient instincts didn't disappear. They operate beneath the surface of every interaction, even now. In fact, studies show that over 90% of first impressions are formed non-verbally. That means what you say matters far less than how you say it, and more importantly, how your body backs it up. Charisma is the alignment between your internal state and your external presence. When what you feel, believe, and intend is reflected authentically in your body, people believe you, sometimes before they even understand you. 2. Presence is power, the psychological mechanics of owning space. Charismatic people seem to take up more space, not just physically, but emotionally. They enter a room and you feel their presence. They sit and the air around them shifts. But what is this presence exactly? Neuroscience gives us a clue. When someone stands tall, breathes deeply, and holds eye contact without flinching, they signal calm dominance. Their nervous system is regulated. They are not anxious, not reactive. In evolutionary terms, this means this person is safe and possibly a leader. Presence is rooted in embodiment. It's the difference between someone who is inside their body and someone who is hiding from it. Presence says, I am here, fully, and that felt sense creates a magnetic pull. We trust those who appear unshaken. Presence is not the absence of fear. It is the mastery of it. Third, the language of stillness and motion. Motion speaks, but so does stillness. Most people fidget, twitch, or shift unconsciously when they speak. Their gestures are disconnected from their message. Their words go one way, their body another. Charismatic people move less, but when they do move, it's deliberate. A slow nod, a calm hand movement, a pause followed by direct eye contact. This is not performance, it is signal clarity. In nature, the most dangerous predators do not thrash. They are still. Stillness is power. It means you are in control of yourself and the room. Excessive motion dilutes presence. Controlled motion amplifies it. IV, mirror neurons, rapport, and the unseen dance. Ever notice how people who like each other unconsciously mimic each other's posture or speech rhythm? This is known as mirroring, and it's a crucial part of how we build trust. Human beings are wired to bond. We have mirror neurons in our brains that activate when we observe others, allowing us to empathize and intuitively align with them. When you subtly mirror someone's body language, without mimicking, they feel seen and validated. This creates rapport, the invisible thread of trust that makes persuasion possible. But charisma isn't just about reflecting others, it's also about leading the rhythm. Once rapport is built, the charismatic person can subtly shift their posture, and the other person follows. This is known as leading rapport, and it's how you guide minds without using arguments. The eyes, gateway to the mind and mirror of the self. Look me in the eyes when you talk to me. We say this instinctively, as if eye contact is a test of truth. And it is. The human eye is unique in the animal kingdom. Our sclera, the white of the eye, is clearly visible, making it easier for others to track our gaze and emotional state. This evolutionary design reinforces social bonding and nonverbal communication. Charismatic people master this tool. They don't dart their eyes around the room. They focus, not aggressively, but with warmth, presence, and certainty. They make you feel like the only person in the world. They don't just look, they see. But the eyes are also vulnerable. Holding eye contact too long can trigger fear. Avoiding it entirely signals shame or deception. The art lies in rhythm. Holding, releasing, returning. It's not a stare, it's a dance. 6. The voice, texture, tone, and tension. While body language is mostly visual, the voice is its auditory extension. Think of how a single phrase, "I'm fine," can mean 20 different things depending on the tone used. Tone conveys emotion, status, and certainty far more than the actual words. Charismatic voices share common traits. Depth, resonance signals strength. Variety, expressiveness keeps attention. Pacing, slow, thoughtful rhythm builds authority. Silence, used strategically to increase gravity. People often rush their words when nervous, but confident speakers pause, they breathe, they let their words land. In fact, silence is one of the most persuasive tools in existence. When used well, a pause says, "What I just said matters. Let it sink in." 7th, confidence. Without arrogance, the balance of humility and power. Charisma is not just dominance. If it were, tyrants would be beloved. True charisma is relational. It's the ability to project strength and make others feel safe around that strength. This means balancing confidence with humility, standing tall without stepping on others, speaking clearly without shouting, inviting others into your frame rather than enforcing it. Research shows that people are most drawn to those who exhibit the dual presence, a combination of warmth and power. Warmth says, "You are safe with me." Power says, "I know where we're going." Combine the two, and people don't just follow you, they believe in you. Persuasion begins with regulation. Let's go deeper. The foundation of all charisma, before technique, before strategy, is nervous system regulation. When someone is dysregulated, anxious, angry, tense, their body sends out stress signals, their gestures become erratic, their tone sharpens, their posture collapses or inflates artificially. But when someone is regulated, calm, grounded, breathing fully, their body speaks trust. This is why many charismatic leaders are deeply self-aware. They meditate, they breathe intentionally, they know how to center themselves before entering a room. Their body is not a battlefield, it is a beacon. And because they are regulated, others regulate in their presence. This is called co-regulation, and it's one of the most powerful forms of influence. 9. Charisma in leadership, romance, and everyday life. Charisma is not just for public figures. It shapes your relationships, your career, your friendships, and your self-perception. In leadership, charisma builds trust and galvanizes teams. In romance, it creates attraction, safety, and connection. In friendship, it fosters presence and depth. In conflict, it disarms rather than escalates. But perhaps most importantly, charisma reshapes how you relate to yourself. When your inner world is aligned with your outer expression, you feel whole, you feel real, and others feel it too. The dark side of charisma, seduction without integrity. Charisma, like any tool, is morally neutral. It can inspire revolutions or start cults. It can uplift or manipulate. History is full of charismatic figures who used their presence to deceive. They mastered the science of body language, but lacked the ethics to use it wisely. That's why intention matters. True charisma is not just about getting what you want. It's about becoming someone others want to follow, for the right reasons. When body language reflects truth, clarity, and service, charisma becomes not a performance, but a legacy. Conclusion: becoming magnetic, not performative. You don't need to become someone else to be charismatic. You need to become more yourself, more aware of how your body moves, more present with the people in front of you, more connected to what you truly stand for. Because the most charismatic people aren't perfect. They are congruent. Their body, voice, and soul say the same thing. In a world full of noise, distraction, and falseness, the most persuasive thing you can be is real.